All right, y'all. In this session, I want to continue on talking about volume because volume is very important. So we learned about the VPVR indicator, which gives you the visible range so you can identify high volume nodes such as this one right here, which you can see was an important level of resistance. Price came right up to this high volume node on the weekly time frame and rejected off of it perfectly at the beginning of the week. We can also see other spikes in volume as well as areas of low volume which also act as support and resistance. Then we learned about the fixed range indicator. The fixed range indicator is if you want to analyze the volume in a very specific range. So one of the ways I like to use the fixed range indicator is if you see a very clear area of price action that comes up above a significant area. Like for example, you could say that this white line right down here is a significant area, and you say, okay, I want to analyze the volume of the Bitcoin price action from the time we came above this important level of resistance. Then you would take your fixed range, you drag it from here to here, and then this would then give you your point of control, which is the highest volume node in that range. It will give you the value area. The value area high would be the area where the candles stop being highlighted and colored and go to grayed out. The value area low, this is telling you that this is considered the fair value for Bitcoin. If we come above that, it's very likely we come back into the range, and if we come below it, it's very likely we come back up into the range. The point of control is acting as a major area of support and resistance. If we're above the point of control, it's usually acting as a support. If we're below the point of control, usually acting as a resistance. And this is more subjective, right? Because we can kind of just pull it from where we kind of want to see where the most volume was. Another way I like to do this, guys, if we're in a downtrend or an uptrend, you can pull the range from the beginning of the downtrend just to kind of see where is the highest volume area as we're on our way down or as we're on our way up. Currently we're in an uptrend, so I've been pulling the fixed range from the bottom to the top of the uptrend to see that we have a very, very important area of support right down here. And of course, I'm 100% going to be looking for a long trade if we come down to this point of control, because not only is it a point of control, but it is also, as we can see here, we've got like a Fibonacci golden pocket. Don't worry, we'll get into that more about Fibonacci golden pockets. So those are the two types of volume indicators we've gone over before. I want to show you something else, and this is actually very powerful because a lot of times you will find that these areas, what I'm about to show you, are very well respected areas of support and resistance, especially if you find confluence between other levels. And these are called naked point of controls. What are naked point of controls? There's an indicator called VPSV. Okay, the way you're going to find this is you're going to go to indicators and you're going to go to session volume HD. Just search for session volume HD, make sure to start, and then go ahead and click that indicator. And what this does, this indicator, is it will actually, hang on, let me close it out and put it on here. This will actually give us a volume profile. If we go to the daily time frame here, this will give us a volume profile for every single individual candle. Okay, you can see right here, if we zoom in, it's giving us a volume profile for every individual candle that gets printed. Okay, so if we zoom in really close, we can actually see that there's a little fixed range for each candle that prints on the chart, right? You guys see that? Where we have a point of control and we have a value area high and a value area low for each individual candle. Now if you come to the daily time frame and you turn on this session volume HD, this will give you the point of control for every day previously. Now, if there's ever a day where there's a point of control and price never comes back to tap that level, these are called naked daily point of controls. Okay, this will work on the weekly, this will work on the daily. It can really work on any time frame, but the daily time frame is one of the most powerful. Naked daily point of controls. Basically, guys, I want to show you what makes it naked is the fact that once it's printed here, okay, once it's printed right here, price never comes back to touch that level. It's naked. Once price comes back up into this level, it's now not a naked point of control anymore. It's a clothed point of control, if you will. Nobody calls it that. I call it that, right? And the way you want to remember this is it's always more exciting when it's naked. And here's why. If we put on our line right here, we can see that we had a naked point of control that took us all the way back to this day right here on August 24th. 2 days later on August 26th, look what happened when we hit that daily naked point of control. We got a massive rejection off of it, and actually I shorted right from this naked point of control, literally shorted right from it, and I'm still in that short. It was a juicy short. It was up over 115%. We put it at naked point of control at 49.3. I shorted at basically right around 49.29. So these are powerful things, and you'll see people abbreviate these things as if you ever see like NDPOC, it's basically talking about a naked daily point of control. A naked daily point of control. Other things that you can keep in mind here are, if we turn off the candles just for a second, we can see that we have, if you're looking at the daily time frame, if it's not naked, right? Like right now, we have this previous day point of control right here at about 46,936, but we can see that we actually price did come down and tap that, and there was no real bounce off of it. So it's no longer a naked point of control, but we can still just put that on our chart as the previous day point of control, just to have it as a reference point, because there is a lot of volume there. It's possible we can get a scalp off of it. Okay, so we would then abbreviate that as PDPOC, right? And then also the previous day value area low and the previous day value area high, we could abbreviate that like this too. Right here, we could see that yesterday this was our value area high at 47,401. We could put a line right here, and our value area low was coming in right here at about 46,679. And these are also, some people like to keep these areas on their chart as well. I usually don't, but if you ever see like PDVAL, that stands for the previous day value area low. PDVAH, previous day value area high. I don't really give much credence to the previous day point of controls and stuff like that unless it's a naked point of control. The naked point of controls tend to be very reactive, and you'll see I put them on my chart a lot. So the other day, I actually got a trade off of a naked point of control, like I told you. There were actually two trades I did. First of all, there was that short that I took that I showed you. Second of all, there's this long. Now, this is a long setup I posted in my Discord a few days ago. And by the way, guys, the VIP Discord is available if you become a Patreon at patreon.com/Jayson Casper. But I wanted to see us come down to this daily naked point of control at 47,175 because we came down, bounced off the 0.65 fib level. And don't worry, I'll get into all these fib levels later. But then we started to get a bounce. I noticed we didn't really see what I wanted to see on Market Cipher B. I wanted to see what I like to call the uneven butt cheeks pattern, where we have the left butt cheek and then the right butt cheek being higher while the price comes lower, right into this naked daily point of control. And look what happens when we actually do touch that level. Boom. Literally, as soon as we touch the level, we are off to the races with this awesome trade. From 47, I think I got in from 47.2. Let me check my actual entry there. Where did I get in? Yeah, so 47.2. Right from there, up 11%. Immediately took profits, and then we just kept on bouncing right from that level. Check it out. It's pretty cool how that happens. Even the next day, we can see from that what used to be a naked daily point of control. You can see on my chart, I changed it to say clothed point of control. We got a really nice bounce off of that level. And so those are important volume levels that you should always mark on your chart. Come to your session volume indicator and just take a look and see, is there a level that price has never touched? Right now I can see this level right here at 50, around 52.77, give or take. So I'll put a line there, mark it. Naked daily point of control. You don't have to say naked daily. Sometimes I just do naked point of control. Down here we've also got one at 444.30, give or take. So you could put that one there too. Naked daily point of control. And then as you're looking at other levels, you want to find, is there confluence here? So when you're marking your daily levels, okay, you can say to yourself, okay, interesting. We have now this zone of resistance right here. We have the daily and the naked point of control. Down here, same deal. We have the daily and the naked point of control. We want to see, maybe, do we have any weekly levels here? Nope, we don't really. You want to see, are there any other kind of volume levels anywhere? And then, of course, you're going to be pulling out your fibs to see, is there any kind of fib level at these naked point of controls, right? So I know for me, I would maybe pull my fib from here to the all-time high to see, what do we got going on? Do we have anything cool here? What do you know? We have a 786 on this naked daily point of control. So now I know if price comes down to 44.4, I will be looking for a juicy long off of here because it's a very important level. All right, guys, that is the next session on volume. I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, well, awesome. I'll see you in the next session.